It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we've got a beer from Woodforde's Brewery. Now, a lot of you might have heard of Woodforde's Brewery, possibly by buying beer and buying mixing and brewing kits in supermarkets. I often see Woodforde's Wherry. It's a very popular kind of home brew brewing kit that you can, a brewing recipe that you can use to produce a traditional British bitter. So if you've heard of Woodforde's, it's probably through Brewing more than the actual brewery. Certainly, of course, if you live in South Wales like I do, the only time I really see Woodforde's Brewery in South Wales is, of course, their Wherry mix, or maybe their Wherry beers at a craft kind of supermarket beer festival. But here, I'm really excited to bring you a stout. Woodforde's Brewery Albion Cream Stout at 4.8% ABV in a 500 milliliter bottle. Black bottle, dark brown black bottle. There's the bottle cap on the beer. The picture on the beer is of, it's a boat. It looks like a big sailing boat there. So without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Interesting me, I just grab a pint glass out of the cupboard these days. I don't go for any kind of messages or, you know, tying in glasses with beer reviews. But yeah, interesting coincidence. I've talked about a little bit of a story of Woodforde's and my understanding of what Woodforde's are, and then here's a sentence here: beer for the storytellers. You've got a one finger, slightly off white head, very thin head on the beer, jet black beer in the glass. It looks really, really good. A little bit of carbonation in there. The beer was kindly sent to us by our channel sponsor today. That's bestofbritishbeer.co.uk. If it wasn't for Best of British Beer, I wouldn't have tried. The last couple of months, I've tried beers from breweries that I've never heard of, and breweries which I want to try their beer from, but I've never got round to it. Yesterday I reviewed a beer from 3 Tons Brewery, the UK's oldest brewery. I've always wanted to review a 3 Tons beer, never got round to it. Woodforde's, another classic, fantastic British brewery. Would I have got round to it if it wasn't for bestofbritishbeer.co.uk? Probably not, because we're all a little bit lazy, aren't we? If we're all honest with one another. There's many things I'm going to do that. I never get round to doing it. So to combat that, to try these great different breweries, this company goes out and finds beer from small breweries all over the UK, which you probably haven't heard of. Put them in a box for you each month. You pay a subscription and they send you a box of beer out each month. So check out the link in the description box of the video. On we go then with the beer review. So let's get the aroma on this cream stout then. Oh, now, wow. Lovely and roasty. Biscuity, nutty. I was a little bit scared with this one. I was thinking to myself, oh no, it's not going to be one of those New World sweet stouts, is it? But no, definitely not. This is definitely full of roasted malt, roasted barley. Thank goodness. Smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. Now I store all of the beer that I want to drink in the fridge, and I get it out the fridge about half an hour before I want to drink it. There's still a little bit of a chill in this beer, but it's the perfect temperature. It's just made it kind of, you're pulling all of those lovely kind of rich, roasty, toasty flavours from the beer. A little bit of carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Tell you what it reminds me of, this one. I'm looking at a bottle right here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a German dark beer, a German dark lager. But with mouthfeel, definitely with mouthfeel. There's a lot of depth to the beer, a lot of depth. You're picking up biscuity flavours to begin with, nutty flavours, but then it very quickly turns roasted. You're picking up these coffee, chocolate, kind of caramel flavours, flavours coming through in the beer. It's just wonderful. The cream stout aspect of the beer is, it's oats. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure they've used oats in the beer. So there's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to be scared about. I think because we're in this kind of like new world of beer these days, if you buy supermarket beer and you're not a fan of these kind of like sweet stouts, then there's a possibility, like I've done today, you might pick this up and go, cream stout. Oh, I might not like that. That might be one of these kind of new world, kind of like sweet. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is jam-packed full of roasted malt flavours, bitter dark chocolate, bitter coffee, a little bit of sweet caramel with the lighter malts in the beer, some hops in the beer to add a little bit of kind of flavour, little berry flavour and bitterness. But fundamentally the beer is sweet here and then it's bitter. There's some great bitter flavours coming through to balance the beer off. So yeah, it's a real cracker of a beer, this one. Oh, really good. The mouthfeel is incredible. Woodforde's, I think they're Norfolk way. Let's have a look. A distinctive, smooth and creamy balanced stout, named after the traditional Norfolk Albion boat, known as the Black Sail Trader, laced with chocolate and rich fruit flavours. Brilliant. It's a brilliant beer. Ingredients are water, yeast, oats, wheat, that's your creamy mouthfeel, malted barley and hops. It's they're based in Woodforde, Norfolk in England. Brilliant. Probably a brewery I need to go and visit. Problem is with me, I'm over here in Wales. We've got some great breweries in Wales, don't get me wrong. We really do. There's a great brewing tradition here in Wales. But I think more of the kind of like your traditional breweries, they're generally based everywhere else in the UK. And it's a bit of a sticking point for me. Like, I'd love to visit these places, but it's probably like an 8-hour drive for me. 6 hour, 5-6 hour drive to get down to Norfolk. And it's kind of like, I need to set off at 6 o'clock in the morning type of thing to get there. Looks good, smells good, tastes fantastic. That for me is a brilliant, brilliant stout. It's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.